Good evening, and welcome to another installation of DVT Afterhours. Here we are again with Ryan, Henry, and our special guest, Santiago. Santiago, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, of course. It was only a matter of time before we had a guest, and
Episode
we're happy.
6.
Yes, we're happy to have such a strong guest here. Very knowledgeable. So today's toy of the podcast is the Cobra Trooper. Manny, any intel on the gentleman? He's just your generic soldier.
That's right.
Lives a long life.
Yes, he does.
2 seconds.
Yeah. 2 seconds.
Until he,
and then he's gone.
This is where they got the idea of respawning soldiers for video games. They die and they appear again, like 2 seconds later.
It's also they wanted to do a red shirt, but they wanted it blue.
Yeah. But yeah, of course, we all need to celebrate the common grunt of every cartoon and video game and bad guys. So here we are with the Cobra Trooper. We're gonna start off as usual by talking about new stuff that we bought. Let's go with Ryan, man. What do you got, man? This is all new things you bought today, right?
Things I traded for, actually. I think you spent like $4.
Amanda, if you're watching this, he didn't spend any money.
Yeah, this is amazing. So I got some Star Wars Black Series R2-D2 and C-3PO to go with the land speeder that I got.
Those are beautiful. Those are beautiful, and they look
really cool.
You know how Figure Arts always has the best detail. Those look from where I'm sitting, man. They look really good.
And this is the Walgreens exclusive C-3PO.
Did you want to talk about the land speeder?
Yeah, sure.
Real quick?
Bring that in real fast. Thank you, Manny.
Welcome.
Yeah, this came out on Friday.
Force Friday.
For Force Friday 2.
Yeah,
Part 2.
Part 2. It couldn't just be Force Friday. No. That'd be
But
Part 2.
I'm good for getting last year's.
Rogue Friday.
I have a soft spot in my heart for the Kenner land speeder, and this is paying really good homage to that. So
yeah,
that one looks legit.
yeah, it's a pretty rad.
They did a good job on the rusting.
To me, this is Star Wars. These 3
Yes.
pieces. I mean, so that's all. I don't really need too much more with that, but it's rad, man. I like it a lot. This came in today, actually. Henry was putting something in the case. I took a picture of it and sent him a message and said dibs. But it's this 2011 San Diego crossover between G.I. Joe and Transformers.
Yeah.
Starscream with Cobra Commander in there, holding on to a transformed gun version of Megatron. This thing,
that gun alone.
Incredible.
Yeah.
We had the Cobra Commander one time when I first started here. I don't know if you ever came in during that time, but when I first started here, we had in a massive collection of G.I. Joes come in like that second month. So it was like June or July 2015, and we had literally every single G.I. Joe, and we had like tubs over there, and we were going through it, and we found every con toy. So we found the Snake Eyes with the actual cassettes.
Yeah.
We found the what's his name, Bludgeon, Destro, the Devastator Bat, everything, even that Cobra Commander, but we never found the gun.
Oh man!
And then Sean swears he saw it. He probably can't remember now, but at the time he swore he saw it, and we were looking, and it might have just ended up in the trash in the bottom of a tub.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, and we really do. I must have spent like 2 days looking for that thing, and I couldn't find it. And I went through every Joe.
That's the coolest thing of the toy.
Yeah, it bums me out that like I never found it, man.
So yeah, I got some more Joes, just some 25th anniversary classic Joes. The Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt.
Hey,
this is awesome. And then Sam Ketchum from Dick Tracy. One of 2 good guys in the line. The rest of the figures are all bad guys.
Just got those in, right? It didn't even hit the floor.
Yeah.
Sean had it in his office, and Ryan's like, mine.
I was like, hey, Sean.
Yoink.
How much you want for Sam Ketchum? I'm at the stakeout, boss.
He yoinked it, man.
So yeah, this is my weekend's work,
no
man.
bad, man.
Not too shabby.
Let's hear about the classic vehicle.
I mean, this is my first actual Joe good guy vehicle.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I went with a big green tank, right? Dude, the Cobra vehicles are awesome.
But it's so iconic, man. This thing has appeared in every war known to mankind.
Yeah.
In recent history, at least.
It's a giant tank with a, robot guy.
Can I see the bottom? Is it motorized like the original? I don't think it is. Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
One side's a little bit tighter than the other.
Dope. Fancy.
Yeah.
Okay. You gonna put the batteries in there?
That's pretty nice. Probably not. I'm lazy. I don't know.
Ryan's afraid of corrosion.
Yeah.
Can I have the visor for
That's
my
sweet.
Theodore?
Of course not.
Oh.
But thank you for asking.
Well, wow. All right then.
But yeah, man, this is just a few things I picked up.
What about this? What
I'm
about things that
still-
we've gotten rid of?
I'm still searching for an MP36. If you have one, bring it in. Oh wait, I did get one more thing.
Oh, yeah. How could you forget? You've grown so used to wearing that thing that you
I've
forgot it was
literally
on
worn
you.
this the entire shift today and pretty much yesterday.
I want to see you keep wearing. I want to see that every Saturday and Sunday on
But
you.
I picked up the World Heavyweight Championship. So, yeah, we are officially the champions of all podcasts. DVT Afterhours, episode 6, baby. We made it.
What a prestigious title to get yourself. Just, I'm a
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah. It's the Wilhelm Championship. But yeah, what did I get rid of to get all of this stuff? All of my monster arts. I have no more Godzilla figures, guys. Here come the boos.
R.I.P.
Boo. But
What
yeah,
a heel turn, man.
Here we have the special color Mothra. This made it about a week in my collection.
I was gonna say you got rid of that really fast.
But that's not to say that
Yeah,
it's
it was
not
rid of the same
a
day. I
bad figure.
tried to convince him to get rid of it before opening it up.
It's an
I was like,
incredible
Ryan,
piece.
don't open that toy. Just trade it in, man. It's gonna break. You know, like you don't need
The
it.
paint job is immaculate.
Oh, it's really
You don't need
Yeah.
it. But it's beautiful. But it is a scary toy to mess with. And I say that as I'm popping it open, like, yeah, watch me.
Let's mess
Let's
with it.
mess with
Play with
it.
it on the podcast.
Let's break it, man. But it's she's a beauty. It's a she, right?
Yeah, Mothra's
Yeah.
a she.
Two twins.
It's Mother Earth, actually.
Yeah.
Something like that.
She's a
Mothra.
beautiful little creature. This is for the thumbnail on the video. Just
Yeah.
hopefully I'm able to
Watching
catch
butterflies.
Yeah.
that. Yes, the butterfly episode. Yeah,
It's incredible.
this is an eccentric one. It's actually a very beautiful.
But-
it's going to appear during the September season.
Personally, I would much rather have a WWE World Championship than the Mothra.
Ah, yes, but
Yeah.
here.
That's
here
what
we
I
also-
did.
Don't forget the slimy one.
Yes, we also have here. It's
That's actually really
it's
cool.
larval
Yeah.
fish. It's very beautiful. I know most people do not understand it, but I think it's an eccentric creature.
That was the hardest part about getting rid of that. So,
a
to be
new
honest.
slimy version. 'Cause now it's shiny and all.
It's so creepy.
Did you
Messing
own the
around with
originals?
it, it's-
No, I saw it. Only I held it in my hand once.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
I don't even remember.
Oh.
It's a great figure, but it is so.
No, it's beautiful. And like Ryan said, I was excited to get this toy, and I was always like, man, that Mothra or the Mothra larva stinks. I want the butterfly, but I got this, and I was more excited about the larva than I was about the.
Which is sad, right?
No, they're both cool. They're
They're
both
both
really
really
cool
cool.
figures, but that is a fragile creature,
It is.
I think I'm going back to X Plus only.
and that's a beautiful idea.
Oh.
Man. That's great.
That's an expensive idea.
It's an expensive,
I love
beautiful
Godzilla.
idea.
Yeah.
I am 100% behind it, and I can't wait for you to get that X Plus Larva Batra.
So you can get rid of
It's
it.
coming. No, that one will stay.
And Kendry will get it.
Yeah.
I strike like a viper in the night.
So what have you been picking up,
I
Henry?
strike like a garden
Some
snake.
Mythic Legions and Joes.
I've been exiting out of Mythic Legions, but thankfully I worked out a trade here with my main man, Ryan. I will be acquiring in exchange for a partial credit on that. I will be getting his Man-at-Arms looking orc.
Unkin.
Ungen. It's a beautiful orange and green and blue orc. It's paying homage to
Yeah.
Man-at-Arms. It's
Duncan.
pricey. Yes, yeah. Duncan. Unkin. You see what they did there? So I'm getting that one. I'll have two of those because orcs are for army builders, and I love army building. And I haven't picked up too much stuff. I think I've been selling more than I have been buying. Rob, our good friend Rob Mendes.
Shout out. What up, Rob?
What's up, Rob? How are my toys doing? He bought a bunch of my Mythic Legions, and I got a lot of money. It feels like I won the lottery. Getting rid of all those toys, man. And I've been buying. I bought a few stuff. I bought the Anti-Nerf Sentinel Kiryu. The
nice.
Wonderfest edition.
Oh, nice.
But it looks much more plain than the actual general release.
Really?
I hope I'm able to find an image for the podcast, but it's really hard to find.
Which
an
will
image.
appear here.
Yeah, right here, covering my face, hopefully. But no, it's really hard to find an image of the Wonderfest one. But when I finally did,
Yeah.
I was like, man, it looks way more plain than the actual general release because it's just silver,
Yeah.
silver with a little bit of black, and the general release has green and blue, or it's got like some like colored lines somewhere, like
Yeah.
an orange line here and there. But I'm still excited to have it. It's a good piece. And hey, now I get 2 Kiryus. 'Cause I'm getting
You can never have too much curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, army building, baby. I'm all about that.
That is true.
So that'll be cool. And I picked up some Joes. I picked up a His tank. I got 2 His tanks from Ryan earlier this week.
Telling you guys, I've been trading. Bring in that Megatron, baby.
Yeah, he traded in his generic blue one,
Yeah.
which is lovely. And then I also picked up the orange one from the 50th anniversary 2-pack, which someone was going to pick up the Jets, and they said that they don't want it anymore. So I might get the Jet now.
Oh, rock, paper,
yeah.
scissors?
Really? You have the space for that thing after this?
Probably not, but I'll make space.
Hey. And then I also got
Amanda's
some,
like, don't!
got some Grenadiers. And then I was telling Santiago here that I don't have enough colors for my G.I. Joe, or I don't have enough variety in colors in there. It's all a bunch of green guys for the good guys. So I got Mr. Theodore N. Thomas. Nice silver, blue and yellow.
Blue and yellow, so it can make green.
Right? So in theory, I still have another
Still
green.
have all other greens.
I still managed to mess up and get another green toy.
I do love that period on that.
One thing I was pointing out is that it didn't have a damn visor. It's just a helmet, which doesn't make any sense to me because he's supposed to be a bomb expert. So if something happens and it goes off,
Piece of shrapnel.
Yeah, shrapnel in the eye. Sure, his brain will be perfect, but he's gonna have his eyes poked out by something.
Are you guys familiar with the show Boy Meets World?
Yes.
Does this not look like the dad?
Yes, it does actually.
It kind of does, right?
A little, yeah.
Come here,
He's
Corey.
a G.I. Joe when he's not Corey's dad.
Come here, Corey.
Yeah, and he pilots
I
his
don't know.
tank.
I don't know which one is more stressful though.
I know.
being a father of 2 teenage boys.
Two
Two
teenage
idiots,
boys.
yeah.
Yeah, this is a lot easier because you just point a gun and
Probably,
shoot.
yeah. You can't do that to your
Well,
kids.
he was getting choked out earlier, but
Let's be honest though, Mr. Feeney did most of the parenting.
Mr. Feeney.
If you guys ever want to like have somebody else raise your kid, just move in next door to the school principal.
Yeah.
No, he was their teacher. He was just a professor.
He was
Right?
just a
wasn't
professor,
yeah, just move in next to a school teacher. They'll do all the raising for you.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, that's Santiago. Have you picked up anything this week or this month at least?
Yes. A lot.
What? What'd you get?
I'm expecting a shipment right about now. I think.
That's a freight. It's just a giant crate.
Yeah, it's a giant
A
crate.
pallet of toys.
It has a couple of SH figure arts and
Really?
yeah, it has the droids actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
R2 and 3PO
Nice.
figure arts, and I don't know what else is there, but I don't know what I ship. Sometimes I just buy and they ship. I get them. It's Christmas. I love it.
Yeah, C3PO
That's awesome,
looks
man.
amazing. The gold.
Yeah,
on
it
that.
looks really good.
So they actually made it shiny. Is it kind of like the Mafex or?
It's not chrome. It's
Oh.
metallic, but it's not chrome.
That's
It
not
looks
entirely
really
a bad
nice.
thing though, right?
It puts us
Yeah.
to shame, truly.
Some of those chrome ones, like the minute you touch it, you can see your entire fingerprint on there.
Oh yeah.
And it just like those Saint Seiya toys, I love them to death. But when I touch them, it's got something to where it makes your fingers kind of oily. And I don't know, maybe that's just like what they use for the reflectiveness.
Yeah.
But every time I touch them, like you could like feel like it won't. I'll have my hands just cleaned, and it somehow like manages to get oil
Yeah, it
on
doesn't
there.
matter.
I don't know
Yeah.
how.
It's
This is the weirdest thing.
Some of my
first
SOCs are like that.
the first Soul of Chogokin that I got, it actually came with a pair of white gloves, which I was like, this is ridiculous. Why
is
is this
stupid.
there? This is stupid.
That's genius.
And now I use them,
That's
and
awesome.
sometimes because
Yeah.
if not, you'll get oil residue all over.
That is
Yeah.
genius of them.
With die-cast, what you don't know is that that oil residue, no matter how much you clean it, it stays.
Yeah.
And over time, it'll stain.
Oh,
the
and then
metal.
yeah, that's how you'll see like
Yeah.
the Terminator figure that T2 where it's got the T1000 where it's chromed out. You'll see that some of it has actually gotten like it's just kind of eaten through.
Yeah.
And it is pretty old. It's an old toy, but I think that's also due to it having some kind of like chrome on there. But yeah, your finger oils are terrible for toys, so don't touch your toys.
Terrible.
Don't touch your shiny toys,
Get
guys.
some white gloves.
Yeah. They have to be white.
Yeah,
though.
they have to be.
They have to be white because
Keep it
if not-
classy.
if
Otherwise,
not-
it's not fashionable.
Exactly, and you need to look like a douchebag handling your toys, so they need to be
You're
white.
like, I am the nerd. As I'm wearing a championship. That's awesome.
Don't forget to wear your tuxedo too, otherwise the gloves just kind of defeat the purpose.
Yeah, I always wear my tuxedos while I'm playing with my toys.
Of course.
Always.
That's beautiful. That is a real. That's a real collector. Somewhere out there is a guy that does that though, and he puts us all to shame.
Hopefully they're watching, right?
The classic collector.
Yeah.
Ah,
I aim to be them.
I only collect.
It has the masterpiece theater music on the background.
Right.
And all of it.
That kind of I feel like that kind of person only collects proof cards, and they just look at them and they run their finger through it like once a month. Like, still beautiful. Still no toy on there.
Still no toy.
Just a card back. Manny, did you buy anything new? Nothing. Not
today.
Not even. But you're gonna get that Bruce Banner hot
He's
toy,
got
ain't
his eyes
you?
on that
That's a
Bruce
maybe.
Banner.
That's a maybe.
That's a maybe.
All right. Well, here's
That's
hoping,
a big
man.
maybe.
Yeah.
Here's hoping, man.
Big
You already
maybe.
got the Hulk, man, with your Dallas Cowboys jersey on it.
Yeah, ready
Which, by
for
the way, I think
football
it's a
season.
genius idea to do.
Football season kicking in.
Apparently, Hot Toys wear baby-sized clothing 0 to 3 months old.
Yeah, that's right.
But no, I
That's
think that
awesome.
was a great idea, dude, putting a jersey on him.
Yeah. I'll bring them in as soon as it's ready.
Right?
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to touch on the toys that are coming in this week. I ordered more Shoto Dragon Ball Z, the 3 3/4 inch, because those apparently were a hit.
Man, we ran through those
I
quick.
had no idea people were going to like those things.
They're
very
great.
much. Yeah. G.I. Joe sized Dragon Ball Z. I think if you put Dragon Ball Z at a good, affordable price and just at a good detail, people will want it. So we're almost done with all the Dragon Stars, but the 3 3/4 inch, I was like, whoa, dude, like those were great.
Yeah.
Those were awesome. The only reason we haven't gotten rid of every Dragon Ball Star is because not everyone's familiar with Beerus.
Mhm.
But other than that, I think they would have been gone by now.
Which is weird. I don't like Dragon Ball, and I'm familiar with him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's really strange. But we're otakus.
Yeah, kind of.
Fine, okay, I'm a weeboo, but still. I believe we are also getting the Mesco Deadpool. I think that's a strong maybe, but I think it's like 60% chance that we're getting it this week.
Excited.
Today's date, in case it's September 3rd, so
Twin Peaks season finales tonight.
yes,
2
Brian's
hours.
excited.
Hopefully it's good.
That's it. Show's canceled.
Yeah.
Brian's got to watch a show. Let's get out of
I
here.
can't wait. I'm gonna do my homework first, and then because I'm there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But hopefully those Deadpools will be here by the 6th or 7th. You know.
I'm gonna get one, I think. And I've jumped off the Mesco
Me too.
train, and
Oh, me too.
I'm not. I'm not a fan of, I love the Mezco. I'm just not a fan of Deadpool.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it's.
I just want
Yeah.
one Deadpool figure, and I think that's gonna be.
I
it.
think that's the one to
It's
get.
not the fans that ruin Deadpool. It's the casuals that
Yeah.
ruin Deadpool. Like the people that jump into the cosplay and they're like, oh, look, it's a complete. Like they use it as an excuse to be a jerk or rude or obnoxious. You know.
That movie came out and it was Deadpool everything.
Honestly, my biggest issue with it is that it was created by Rob Liefeld, and I hate Rob Liefeld.
That's a legit. That's
I
a good beef.
understand that.
That's a
That's
good
my
beef, though.
only beef with it. As a character, the design is nice. It's as a toy, it could be a nice toy.
Yeah.
But when he first appeared, it wasn't the same Deadpool. It was just it was just a knockoff Deathstroke.
Yeah.
That's really what it was. So, yeah, it wasn't until they had given
Wait.
up on the character and they just gave somebody else.
Liefeld did a knockoff of anything? What?
What?
Stop the presses!
Gasp.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Liefeld, if you're watching this, I hope you dumb down this video.
Yeah. And screw Todd McFarlane.
What?
What? I'm
What?
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm agreeing with
not
you.
kidding.
You're not kidding.
I love Spawn, but his figures are awful.
Oh, yeah.
I have beef with his toys. He's become the older he gets, the nicer he's become of a person, I think. But yes, I have a strong beef with a lot of the articulation on the toys and the
The
lack
fact
of.
that there is
The
no
lack of, yeah.
like,
Or the
It's-
fact that he refuses to acknowledge that toys should have
Which is strange. Which is strange because he kind of reeled it in.
Yeah.
He kind of brought in that age, the new articulation age, but
oh, dude, if
at
there
the
was
same
no
time,
Todd
he's
McFarlane, there would probably be no NECA toys. So you
Yeah.
have to acknowledge that.
And it probably wouldn't be for Horsemen
yeah,
because they
which is
came out
true.
of them.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
so
But
that's
then-
the only thing
thank
that
you
is
for
good.
that. But yeah.
But how do you come into the scene so strong and be he's the last one to like, I mean, come on, man, there's children's toys out there that can move better than half of it.
Yeah.
And then he does toys like the Attack on Titan, which you expect to have like movement, and they just stand there.
Yeah.
Doesn't
They
even
just
have
stand
high
there.
Points of articulation.
No, they just stand
Jesus.
there, and these kids are supposed to like shoot
Like,
the things out, and I think they have like the
Yeah.
accessories to shoot them out, but they're just like
Dude,
none of them like just stand statically.
A McFarlane toy can't do this. That's
well,
all
they
I'm
come like that.
saying. Yeah, and it'll just stay.
It'll just stand like it won't stand.
Yeah.
Because they don't stand.
Won't stand.
But yeah.
Yeah, have fun.
Chuma, you can do that.
Right? I mean, like, anyway, enough hate, but I just,
Hate.
hate.
So it's funny because this figure
Diaclone.
has more articulation than a
What?
McFarlane toy.
Case
I don't know.
in
I
point.
mean, the
No,
neck
no.
articulation and wrist articulation, that's 2 points of articulation for McFarlane.
This has an ab crunch. So yeah,
I mean,
McFarlane, this
yeah.
is how you do a toy.
Jesus criminy. That's amazing.
God.
Yeah.
I can just imagine him because I feel like he's got enough free time to like find something like this and then leave as like a bad review.
That would be awesome.
Was
though.
insulted on
Yeah.
a video.
After hours.
1 star, but I would leave no star if I could.
That's kind of awesome.
By the way, nice selection of online items at Vintage Toys.
You're so-
Sincerely, Todd McFarlane.
Yeah. DallasVintageToys.com is actually quite awesome.
But not those guys.
Yeah. But those clerk schmoes are awful.
Yeah, those clerks.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah, that would make
I'll
my
take the
clerking
blame. It's all
dream.
my fault.
It
I
was
hate
me.
you.
It was me, McFarlane.
That's awesome.
Beautiful. As far as more things coming in, I can't think though. I think that's really it at the moment.
Are we expecting a He-Man trade or is that?
Yes, I believe we're supposed to receive a
More He-Man
large
figures.
He-Man collection,
cool.
so
Yeah.
that's exciting.
Also, September brings the Mechagodzilla, the
Transform.
Chogokin one.
Yes.
The Tamashi Mix
Yeah.
Mecha Godzilla.
I'm
It's
getting
coming in
that.
September. I'm getting
Poster
that.
version.
We're all three getting that, gentlemen? Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful robot, and
Yeah.
I'm glad they finally released that 1975 version as a figure arts.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
That one is also one that I'm thinking.
I plan on still buying the 74 Choco King because it's got the head that comes off and it's got the little like brain thing.
That's awesome.
That's still beauty. But one thing that the Monstars did was they actually put in that crappy like foil homemade outfit detail, just like the Ultraman. So those
And
two
the
like,
creases and all of that.
yeah, it looks like a homemade, like it looks like the toy is made out of foil, but it's perfect because it's an exact representation.
Vintage goodness.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful that they're staying true to that.
That's sweet.
Because they could have just been like, yeah, make the toy great, but they took the time to make the toy look crappy,
Yeah,
which is wonderful.
it is.
Because that's what we want.
Can't wait. I cannot wait
I
to get
cannot
that.
wait either.
Yeah. Come on, February.
But yeah, as usual, there's a lot of good things coming in September. We got a few. I think we're still expecting Nappa and Vegeta figure arts.
Vegeta.
I think there's a Kanika Man or two coming out,
Mhm.
figure arts. Just a large selection of toys. that are
Triptychon
expected.
came in, guys.
Triptychon came in.
I
Ryan
got
bought
him.
one.
He's amazing.
That's a kaiju
Like, yeah,
robot. It's really good.
It is.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. I mean, I was iffy on it. I got it.
How's your MP10 look next to it? Did you even compare that?
MP10. Triptychon.
Ah, that's
I-
perfect.
Like, dude, he's a good
Do you,
size.
do you
for,
plan on
like,
buying back
I mean,
the Devastator, dude, to have it next to him?
I want to get Devastator, and guys, I want an MP36. Like,
Wait. You're looking for an MP36?
believe it or not, I'm looking for an
Oh,
MP36 Megatron.
I have like 3. I don't.
Everybody that
So I
comes in, they're like, "Oh yeah, that's the Megatron guy." Like, man.
Oh man, that's the guy that wants one but doesn't have one.
Nerd.
Yeah.
But yeah, Triptychon, come get it. We have one more. It's awesome.
Manny, did you see
I
that
recommend
thing?
it.
Yes, I did.
It's
Yeah,
a beautiful
it's
toy,
sweet,
man.
Yeah.
Three different modes. We still have one in stock. But yeah. Also September is going to bring us some Storm collectibles, so that'll be nice to see. Who
Both
is it?
Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, right?
Reptile, right?
Both. Reptile and Zangief.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. That Zangief
That
looks
Zangief
amazing.
is huge.
Yeah.
Ginormous.
There's
Paint
this-
it green and there's your Hulk.
Wow.
There's your
Like the
Blanca.
chest-
That would
the
be
chest there.
sweet too. Have him crouched over. I hope they do a Blanca. That would be cool.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we're moving on to our next topic. As usual, we like to talk about toys that we plan on buying. Ryan, what's next on your wish list, man? You've knocked
Everything-
out some cool stuff right there.
Thank you, sir. I mean, this weekend has been awesome. I really did trade a lot to get a lot, but it works for me. what I want next is everything that Santiago has over here.
You're looking at it, and Santiago's just like counting money, lighting a cigar.
No, what counting money? I'm just regretting that don't want to sell any of it.
At the top of my list, MP36, but Diaclone, I would love a Diaclone robot. And that 160 scale Macross Robotech Rick Hunter is amazing in person.
What a beauty.
Like, I have to find one of those and purchase it ASAP. Like, I don't have an option. I'm gonna go home tonight after I do some stuff, and I'm gonna get one.
Okay.
I hope.
Nice.
What about you?
So that's it, man. No other big heavy hitters, man. I mean, just kind of hoping that we get the Comic-Con Transformers.
Yeah, man. I want more Comic-Con Transformer Joe crossovers and these robots, guys.
All right.
And a few Gundams. There's a few Gundams.
Okay.
A few, just a few.
Just a few. Yeah. I'm keeping it simple, stupid.
Myself, one day I was talking to Ryan, and we were talking about Mythic Legions, and I was like, yeah, man, I bought like these 20 Mythic Legions, and I was jokingly saying, hey, I could have had a whole collection of Kinnikuman figure arts. And it clicked, and I was like, holy crap, I could have had a collection of Kinnikuman instead. So what I did was I started selling off my Mythic Legions. I started backpedaling. I was like, no, I'm not going this direction. I wanted this instead.
The nostalgia one.
Yeah.
That's what I did with this. I was like, hey, Henry, I've got one more Mythic Legion.
So big shout out to my friend Rob Mendes for picking up a lot of a good portion of those. I'm happy because now I'm well on my way, because with that Sentinel Kiryu, I also picked up the Kinnikuman Soldier, which is a cool one. And I think it comes with that chair that is pictured, right?
I think so.
They wouldn't show something they wouldn't sell you.
Yes, they would.
Yeah,
I mean, no, they won't.
Maybe they would.
Yeah, they would. I was freaking out because we were playing with my Mecha Godzilla, and on the box is the flight stand, and we couldn't find it because I never took it out. But we're like, why would they show you a flight stand if they didn't give it to you?
It was at the bottom of the
Yeah.
Bottom of everything.
I was like, oh, okay. But they've done that before.
Oh yeah, Bandai does it a lot.
It's such a terrible disclaimer.
Like these don't come with the
They
high metal art.
should.
Don't come with.
That makes no sense to me. Because it's 1/100 scale, like it.
And it's a plane. It needs a stand.
Yeah.
I know.
Like
It sucks.
metal
They don't.
joints in the shoulders, dude. I want one of those as well.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so what I did is I bought that. I plan on picking up a few more. I've also got the original color Ashra Man and Brocken, who looks like a bad guy from Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I plan on picking up a few. After the podcast is over, I'm probably going to buy the blue Robin mask. And just a few other of the affordable ones. Keep it simple. I'm trying to buy some new shoes here and possibly a gym membership or contacts for my eyes. So try not to blow all my money on toys. Yeah. I need to take care of myself.
I mean, you don't need to see.
I need to see that. Yeah. It's been such a long time. I'm supposed to renew my contacts like 2 years ago. I've been busy buying toys. So I need to
Priorities,
stop.
bro.
Yeah, thinking that is your priority set.
As your
straight.
attorney, I say you're doing a great job.
But yeah, so a few more figure arts, and then yeah, priorities. Some new sneakers.
Oh, I did manage to get the Star Wars figure arts that were on pre-order for First Friday.
Which ones?
So they did Bandai. I hate Bandai. So
hate
they
love
ended up
thing.
doing 8 different figures. They're doing 3 of the Red Guards, the Praetorian Guards.
Oh.
The new ones?
3 different.
Yeah.
Then a new Kylo Ren, a Rey, new Captain Phasma, and a new Stormtrooper.
What's the
And
Vespa look like?
it's more chromed. It's more metallic.
That's it?
And
Special
they
color.
redesigned the helmet a little, and then they added one of the weapons, the lance thing that she's supposed to have in the new movie.
Mm.
And
Way to milk
but
that one.
they had a promotion in some of the Japanese stores where they were selling sets, and each set will come with a different BB unit.
Oh wow.
So Phasma and Stormtrooper will come with a BB-9E, which is the new black one.
Yeah.
Then one of the Praetorian and Rey will come with another one that is like military green.
Nice.
It's really
Awesome.
nice.
Yeah.
Other set will come with one that is blue, and Kylo and one of the other Praetorian has BB-8. So I managed to get all of those in sets because I didn't think I was gonna be able to, and I managed to do that, and that was kind of awesome.
Dude, I didn't even know they were doing that. How'd
Yeah,
you find that?
it's cool.
It's Santiago, that's how.
I'm hunting
Dude.
thing. I'm hunting.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like you're behind the computer. You just always. I feel like you have like 3 screens at home. You're always just like looking
So-
these things up.
But the thing is, I was hunting specifically for a BF High Metal R.
Mm-hmm.
They're releasing the BE1 Elite Seeker, which is the one that has the cat eye on top. And I was looking for it, and I was waiting on. I think I got it from Miami. And while I was waiting and refreshing, then I saw the Star Wars pop up, and I was like, "Wait, what is this?" And it's like immediately like pre-order.
Mine.
I like that though. How do you just like go shopping for one thing and you just get so sidetracked? You just.
Oh yeah, it always happens, and because Bandai will let you know when they're gonna be releasing their pre-orders, which is usually they have it at like 4 p.m. Japan time, which means that it's like 2 a.m. in the morning.
Right.
And it's usually in like the beginning of the month, like the first one. So it's usually I end up sleeping at like 3 trying to get them.
Nice.
And there are some places like HLJ, which is usually my go-to spot for everything else.
Mhm.
But if they I don't know how they do it, but the minute that they came out on their catalog, like if you're refreshing it, they immediately come out as sold out. So I don't know who's buying them from like that quick.
And it could be some bots, you know.
Yeah,
People are buying these bots and just
probably.
click.
Which I hate them.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
But yeah, so I ended up getting the Star Wars figures, and they look sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome,
really
dude. I'm glad you did. That's awesome though, man. I
Yeah.
didn't even know they were doing that. Let alone the little baby
Yeah.
units.
Yeah.
They still have the single pack ones in a lot of the Japanese.
Oh, I'm
places.
sure BTS will too, right?
Yeah.
At a higher mark.
BTS didn't have them.
What?
It was weird. I don't know why.
Maybe not yet,
Maybe not yet.
but it's very
yeah.
uncommon for them not to. But when they do, it's like it's something ridiculous, like how the speeder bikes for 200.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
and I get it, you know, they're buying it, but to buy it at retail and then sell it for a markup, it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
But I get that they also kind of do it for the international people, so they make their money being a middleman,
Yeah.
and I think that's where they get a lot of hate for that. But I mean, they're still giving people an option, like with the Ultimates for He-Man. That's what they did, was the Ultimates weren't available international, but they bought it and gave people the option.
Also, it's really like when they're doing that, they can do stuff like, for example, for He-Man,
Mhm.
where they can sell them individually.
Yes.
And it was one of those cases that I didn't want the whole set from Super 7, but there's no way to get it otherwise.
Yes.
And yeah, they're marked up a little bit, but it's still
Convenience.
paying $30 instead of 150 for the whole set for that one figure that you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they never did that for the Mattel, did they?
They did, yeah, but they didn't pre-order them. They just
They would
as
just
soon
come
as they
out.
get them, they will put it on.
And then
sale.
it would be like 40,
Yeah.
which wasn't terrible.
It wasn't.
But you got to
yeah.
consider the fact that with shipping was like 10 instantly. You were buying each toy right off the bat for 35.
Yeah,
So it makes sense that they would want a little bit of a cut.
yeah, it's a pain. Yeah, but yeah, but the Japanese stuff in Big Bad, it's really bad at marking up. So
Mhm.
I usually don't
And I feel
get anything.
I feel like
there.
stuff like
Yeah.
that isn't aimed towards us, but we take it like it is.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
But I feel like it's definitely aimed towards like the collectors in Mexico, the UK, places where people are always like never want to ship out to. So,
Or the taxes for shipping are less
yeah.
from the US and from Japan,
Mhm.
which is always the case too. The import taxes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. Oh man. So yeah, I think we're gonna spend the rest of the episode talking about Santiago's awesome collection here that he brought in.
Yeah, please.
Last episode we were talking about a lot of these import figures. He's gonna school us on them. Like we were talking. We mentioned some of the shows that we wanted to watch, and he actually had them. So thank you for bringing that.
Yeah.
Man. I'm gonna watch
Yeah, no
Masinger in
problem.
Spanish.
Got
And
some
I'm excited.
Macross, man. Finally.
Thank goodness I'm
Yeah.
bilingual, dude.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm like, no, Henry can watch this.
Yeah, I'll enjoy it. I'll enjoy every minute of it too. My parents will probably be like, "What the hell are you watching?" Like, you don't ever watch anything Spanish. Like I do when it's Saint Seiya, because that's the easiest
Oh
way.
yeah, it's the easiest way to
They-
get them.
They put that show on Netflix, and they started it off at like season 3, and it was all in Spanish. Like it was either Japanese and subtitles, and I'm like, I don't feel like reading. And I was like, if I watch this in
That's
Spanish,
Spanish, yeah.
it'll be just like I was on vacation when I
And
was
it's
a
very
kid.
funny to watch them in
Yeah.
Spanish.
Andromeda. Ayuda.
It's very dramatic.
Yeah, it is.
Very
But
dramatic.
they do. You gotta wonder where they find these Spanish voice actors for these animes, and I mean, where?
Well, I was for a very brief period of time. By brief, I mean like 2 weeks. I was a dubbing voice actor
Really?
in Mexico.
What happened? Why such a short
Because
career?
I was very shitty at it.
But that, you know what
I
that
dubbed-
tells me though.
I dubbed an extra in the Sister, I think it was that like I think it was a Nickelodeon show. I was an I dubbed them one of the like people in the
That's
cafe
cool. That's
thing.
cool. What year, man?
Oh, I don't
Many moons
remember.
ago.
Many moons ago.
90s.
Yeah.
That's awesome, but you know that kind of like it makes you think. Like, is there any people in Mexico? I'm sure there's a lot of otakus.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
Otacos?
So,
Otacos. Because there's
Probably. the thing with Mexico is that when at least for my generation, which I grew up like I was born in the 70s and I grew up in I was born in the 70s but I was aware in the 80s.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
No, that makes perfect sense.
So a lot of the things that were happening is that TV was weird, and we for some reason got a lot of Japanese shows like straight from Japan and dubbed in. I think it was because it was cheaper to get them, and that's why the networks grabbed them instead of other shows.
Yes.
And my entire childhood was watching Mazinger, was about watching Time Bokan, which is a weird Japanese show. There was one, I don't even know what the English title is, but it's like Mrs. Comet or something like that,
Yeah.
which is the weirdest ass show that you've ever seen.
You know what trips me out is that Tiger Mask is in like Italian, but it's not in the U.S.
Italy is the same case.
Yeah,
There's a lot
exactly.
of the big Japanese Robo shows. You can only find them in Italian. You can't even find them in Japanese because the Japan networks just threw them out and they didn't care about it. But Italian networks actually store them and
they
archive
liked it.
them.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
and that's the thing though with Saint Seiya. It's like you maybe it wasn't until like 2003 that it hit the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
for like a season,
Yeah.
and then in Mexico they did the whole show.
Mexico and Brazil are
Yeah.
huge with Saint Seiya.
Yeah.
Like huge.
Oh,
They
man.
are. Sometimes Bandai was about to like discontinue all of their myth cloths, and until they figure out that everything was selling like hotcakes and Brazil and
They
Mexico.
just had to
and
open
they
up their
just-
eyes to the to the market.
And there are stuff like when Bandai does like convention exclusives, they sometimes will do an exclusive Saint Seiya for either the Brazil show or a Mexican show.
I can't imagine how crazy the Tamashii Nations World Tour was in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Because it did in Mexico City, and I'm like, dude, they probably sold the hell out
And
of
Dragon Ball
those.
Z is also big in Mexico.
Oh my goodness.
I know that even, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huge.
dude. They do a good job. I like the dubbing, but what makes me wonder is like how much demand is there? And if, like, can a guy like me who probably doesn't stand a chance dubbing shows here in English, do I have a greater chance doing it in Spanish because I actually have interest, or is there just a big of a
Nah.
line over there as there is here?
It actually the dubbing talent in Mexico it's huge, and
Really?
it is probably more revered than in any other place. It's really it is a very respected line of work, like a very respected line of work, and
Really?
there's a lot like back in the 50s 60s, like all of the when all of the big like Disney films came to Mexico.
Yes.
It was a weird time because it was a time where in the US all of the voice actors were like not really known actors. It wasn't like today, like where you get George
Brad
Clooney
Pitt.
do it and Brad Pitt
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
You just got people who were used to be doing like voice acting, and
like
that's
theater.
it.
Yeah.
And back in that time in Mexico, it was the other way around. You got like the big 50, 60 stars like Tintin doing dubbing. Tintin frequently dubbed Jungle Book and the Aristocats.
Oh yeah.
And I actually prefer the dubbed version than
Really?
the original version because of that.
Some of those aren't bad, man.
It is a very it has a lot of history and heritage in
Mhm.
Mexico, the dubbing industry.
Prestigious. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
See, that's
that's cool.
something I didn't know about our culture.
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
And some of them, the way they change up some of those songs too, it's pretty creative.
Oh yeah.
And then, I mean, you have to find a way to sometimes just come up with a way to translate because not everything is direct translation,
Yeah.
right? But that's awesome, dude. I just real quick to touch up on that one. I wonder if they use like the same voice actors for certain, like if it's George Clooney, if they use the same guy to voice every George Clooney film, or if it's just somebody different every time.
Actually, they used to. I don't know. I've been out.
I feel like they have done that.
I haven't been up to date in Mexican news and entertainment news and everything. But they used to have a pairing of if it was a famous actor, they will get one dubbing actor who will always be dubbing him and everything.
That's kind of cool though,
Keep
because
it
you
consistent.
knew if
Yeah.
that guy was doing work, you'd have work. So that was wow. But
Now,
I
it
wonder if
used
they
to
had
be.
to.
I
I
don't
wonder
know
if they
it's
had to
still
pay
like that.
royalties though to the actor that were dubbing though.
I don't know.
I'm sure they didn't have to just because of the studios.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
But that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Very interesting. All right. So we were talking about a few things in the last podcast. I had mentioned the Gundam, the high metal one. And
Yes.
Santiago was nice enough to bring one to show me because I didn't want to just buy something blindly without going. And YouTube reviews never really do it for me. Sometimes you just got to see something in person, and he brought it in, and I want one so badly.
So do I.
This is everything that a master grade Gundam in your head is, but it doesn't meet these expectations.
Yeah, these things are a thing of beauty, and I did find out that there are two different versions of the metal figures for Gundam. There is the metal build, and there is the
Metal composite, right? Fixed figuration.
figuration metal composite.
Mhm.
The difference is that the metal composite ones are universal century kits or
Bodies.
suits.
Yeah, suits.
And the metal build will be everything from Seed or Zero or 00 and
Anyone
all
that's
of that,
not you.
which is everything that it's on that other continuity.
So
weird continuity.
UC would be the original Seda.
The original Zeta, double Zeta,
Unicorn
everything-
is in there too, right?
Unicorn, everything old but the G fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Everything old but G Gundam will be on the Universal Century.
And then from then on,
And then from them on, well, not really, because Unicorn is newer,
yeah,
and that is
well,
on
but
the-
everything else, right?
But everything else, like Seed, 00, then
yeah.
the new one, which is the what's the name of it?
Blood Iron,
Yeah,
Blood Iron Orphans.
Blood Iron.
Lots of
Orphans.
Gundams. They've been around for as long as Star Wars
and
has.
one that it's for me, which is a very underrated one, which is Gundam Age,
Mm-hmm.
which is very interesting because it looks at ages. So it's very like generational. It starts off with one guy and it ends up with his grandson.
Right. That's right.
Oh,
That's
that's
right.
cool.
I
It's
remember
really
that.
nice, and it's very underrated, and no one really liked it that much, but I loved it.
The
I don't know
concept.
why.
Someone had spoken to me about a concept. There was another guy that would come in here that I would chat it up about Gundams, and he's told me about that one. And that's actually how I found out about Thunderbolt, which was perfect, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one seems really interesting. I can't find it though. I'm gonna have to go to Kiss
Yeah.
Anime and risk getting a virus.
I may have it.
Really?
Let me look at it.
Yeah. Let me, any Gundam you got, I'll borrow.
But-
I have to get one of those. Though.
But this one, this is amazing. It's all of the Gundam composite are designed or produced by Katsumi something, which is the one that are
Exactly.
known as version Ka.
If by any chance you're watching, we're sorry.
Yeah, I'm
we'll
so
butcher
sorry.
your name, so we won't say it.
Yeah, I'd rather not say than butcher it. But they are one of the things that they are very known for is all of the markings that it has, and it has all of these like danger and like tiny markings that you can actually read. Well, not me because my eyes don't work.
Oh, man.
insanely detailed.
Mine are worse.
But and it has a lot of like moving details, like the panels on the legs will move out of the way as soon as you kind of flex it, and they'll move it back. Lots of clicking joints. This thing is a beauty. It's
It
heavy,
is.
die cast. Everything, all the skeleton part is die cast.
Oh, yeah.
And it's heavy as hell.
You know, I would really like the Myth Cloth and the Sentinel re-edit Iron Mans if they didn't fall apart every time you touched them. And I'm glad that this, it's got a frame and skeleton and everything, but it doesn't like, you don't take off every shoulder pad and every piece, and like, it doesn't do the same that those do. Because if you touch them, everything comes off. While you're putting one thing back, the other thing is gonna fall.
So actually, this has some of the parts are interchangeable.
Yeah.
It actually allows you to see
But it's not at all like
metal.
those, like the Myth Claw for like pieces fall.
But it'll let you see the metal parts, which is
cool.
Like the whole leg is metal,
or if you
and
get like a
it's
Chogo King stand and you put it there, you can take some of those pieces off, like it's gonna work on it.
damage, you know,
Yeah. Speaking of your eyes not working right, did anyone else look directly into the solar eclipse like I did?
You did it.
No,
Oh,
I would have been. It sounds like a nice toy.
It's good that it has ratchets because I can hear it.
You're like, Henry, that's a wrench. I don't know why how we've gone through in the week with me being blind. I'm Mr. Magoo now. Tweezing's really nice. Ryan was talking about his high metals, right? And you talked him into something nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have, I can talk about the high metals, because the high metals evolve into these ones, which are called the high metal Rs.
Yes.
Which is pretty much exactly the same.
Really?
The only difference for the planes is that they improved on some of the details, like they have now some metal on the shoulders and a little bit of metal on the bottom of the feet.
So it's reinforced?
And that's it. It's a little bit reinforced, but
More
otherwise
security.
it's the same. The difference on the line itself is that now they're going to be doing, they're expanding it into other mechas from Macro. So for starters, the first expansion that they did was to go into the enemies, and these are beautiful. They have again a lot of don't have a lot of diecast, but their feet are diecast.
Is
Some
it
of the
supposed to be
joints.
in scale with that?
It is in scale.
Same
It's-
brand and everything? High metal? Or
It's supposed to
under a
be
different line?
100. It's the same line.
Okay.
It's supposed to be 100, but they're not exactly 100. But I don't mind that much.
It never really truly is, right?
Yeah, but it's again super articulated. They go with it, so they pair up really nice when you put them in a fight together.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that they're doing is all of the other support mecha from the good guys. So this is one of the Destroids, which is the Spartan. They also did the monster, which is sometime I'll bring it, but that thing is huge, so I don't know. But again, it has a lot of diecast. It's the first Spartan that has an actual ab crunch.
Wow.
And
man.
you can still see it in here. It has a lot of diecast in there.
Wow.
It's just it looks so clunky, and yet it's so poseable.
Yeah,
that
it's great.
Beautiful.
It's kind of like the Rig Diaz from Robot Spirits and stuff. That
Yeah.
Toys like these don't look like they would move, but yeah, they end up doing it.
That impresses me maybe the most.
However,
Yeah.
and what I told Ryan is that if you're gonna have one Valkyrie and only one Valkyrie in your collection, you need to get an Arcadia. It's a company that used to be Yamato.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird thing because they kind of went under, but not really. But yes, but they became Arcadia.
Yeah.
They went under and then came back like the Phoenix.
The
Yeah,
last thing they made though,
Phoenix.
that Yamato made was the Soid that you brought in, right? Is that what you were telling us?
Yeah.
That's
What a
it.
beautiful way to go out though,
Yeah.
by doing
Oh, yeah.
a shield lighter.
Which it's horrible because that thing should have been even greater than
Yeah.
it was, because it should have been. They were planning all of these expansion packs for it to.
And that would have been great.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Massive, yeah.
But Arcadia is now redoing some of their Valkyries, and these things are beautiful. And if you only get one Valkyrie, you need to get your hands on one of these because they're super well made. They are great to handle. The transformation is a pain, but it's less of a pain for the VF1. It's more of a pain for the newer Valkyries, like the ones
yeah.
from Macros Plus or the Macros 7.
This is everything the Masterpieces should have been, right, from the get-go?
Yeah, this has everything. It has the way that it's a perfect transformation, so you don't have to remove anything to transform it.
Nice.
And it has a metal bar in the middle to kind of.
That always
Which is
scares me.
crucial.
In the Jetfire, in any Robotech, that piece always scares me. The whole thing, just always folding it, man. It always terrifies me. I always feel like it's
Just
gonna
looks
get
so
caught on
clean,
itself.
you
and-
know?
And this particular one, and the box is over there, but this particular one is the VF1J with the armor on. That's the big like blue and red armor that goes on top of it, and it clicks in beautiful. It's this is one of the best toys that I've had, and this is what sparked the renewed love in macros for me.
Yeah,
is these
was
toys.
that? And sometimes you just need to wait for the right company to come along.
I think I want one of those more than the Megatron. That's how. Like, oh,
and that's awesome.
Right.
Is that supposed to be Roy Fockers, or is that a different characters?
This is so. If you're a fan of Robotech, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna just bash over it because Robotech is your gateway drug.
Yeah.
But then you have to move into macros, and macros. Then it kind of. What they did is that they released a movie which is called You Remember Love, which is the one I brought you.
Yeah.
And
Cheesy
this
name,
one,
but good movie.
yeah. So in Japan, or in the macros, Japanese macros, Rick Hunter's name is called Hikaru Ichigo, and this is actually his mecha. This is his second mecha in the movie. His first mecha is exactly the same, but it has the head that has just one eye. And then when spoilers, when Roy dies. No. Then he, instead of inheriting Roy's Valkyrie, which is the yellow one, instead he gets this one, but which is still has his red colors, but it has now the model that Roy used to pilot.
Is that accurate to the movie? Like it's supposed to have that grayish tint?
It is.
It's awesome.
They have this thing, especially you'll notice it a lot on toys. When they're doing stuff from the movie, it's gonna be this like off-white, and when they're doing stuff for the show, it's probably gonna be more like pearl white.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was wondering too. I didn't know how accurate that was. I haven't seen Do You Remember Love? But
Yeah,
that's cool.
This one, other improvements that they have on the previous high metal R is that now they include a single wing. So that is shorter instead of the longer, so it won't really get in the way of articulation, kind of like
nice.
how this one gets. So it creates a very clean look, and you still have the idea of the wings on the back. So these are really beautiful toys, and they're small, they're manageable. You can play with it, we can post them. They're really fun, and they're getting every single mecha that they've done.
Excellent
Nice,
job.
dude. Yeah, good selection, man. Let's move on to this beauty.
So yeah, these are moving into the weirder aspects of Soul of Chogokin. This one grabbed my attention because it's just the weirdest thing ever. This is based on a sculpture / tower / monument that's in Japan, which is called the Tower of the Sun. And it'll take me a little while to transform it, but it's basically this without legs and arms. And it's meant to represent, it was done in the 70s, and it was meant to represent Japan's history. So the face in the front was the face of the present, then it has a sun in the back that was the face of the past, and then this weird looking dish golden thing was the face of the future. So that was the whole artistic portion of it. And this thing in Japan is huge. It's like tower huge, and you can actually you can climb inside, and inside there's this thing called the Tree of Life, which it's very weird because it has like dinosaurs on it, and so they replicate this by including like a sticker with dinosaurs and how it looks like in there. It's a very 70s interpretation of evolution.
Yes.
It's really weird.
It's
so cool.
I'm sure they're on psychedelics.
Yeah, of course.
When thinking of that.
And of course, Bandai saw that and said, you know what? We need to make that a robot.
Yeah. They've never really shown much
Bandai.
footage of the hippie era in Japan. I wonder what that was like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I've never thought to look that up.
So they made it so it transforms, and it has like a hidden turbine things in here, and then the face of the future actually articulates, and
that's cool.
It's just one of those weird toys that it's just weird and awesome at the same time. It has that stone texture, which it's really unique. I haven't seen any other toy that has this sort of texture in it.
Well, the 3A toys actually kind of feel like wood sometimes.
Yeah.
Which is cool. So this is cool. It's got that stone texture. I was telling Santiago that I'm sure that this is an actual representation of what the building is, And it probably is a giant robot that's ready for war at any given moment.
Probably.
That's why no one messes with Japan anymore.
Robots in disguise, right?
So the funny thing is that
Even
they
the
have
base.
the base. This is the regular base, and it is meant to represent how it is set in the park, and it has the Tower of the Sun label in here. But even the face transforms, and then it says like Chogokin in here.
Yeah.
So it's
It's like it's meant to be a toy.
Yeah, it's
What is
meant
that?
to be.
What's the MSRP on something like that?
This one I actually, when it was new, it wasn't that expensive. It was on the lower end of the solo Chogokin. It was
like
around like
120,
70,
90?
No, it was around
Really?
70, 80.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Like it is on the lower end of
The OG
of
price.
what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Solo
now-
Chogokin.
Yeah, 'cause now the minimum is like
I
120.
actually managed to get it for a very decent price. I ended up paying like $80 for it.
Wow, that's
I wish-
great.
And it was
If I could buy one for that price, I would.
Yeah,
that's
and
like,
it was
like beauty.
that.
which is
Yeah.
what I did because I wasn't expecting to buy it, but it's such a weird and awesome toy that I kind of need.
Seeing
to
it
have
like this, yeah. And part of me feels like I would keep it in the actual like building mode, but this is
Oh, yeah.
really cool. How long does it take you to transform it?
Honestly, not that much. It just you just need to tuck in.
Is there any way you
try
can
it.
show it off real quick?
Yeah, I can probably try it on. It has an interesting transformation because the whole arms actually kind of shift to the outside,
Mm-hmm.
and this opens up.
Yeah, it's a lot of tucking in, right?
It's a lot of tucking
Yeah.
things in and
I need
kind
all
of
of
manipulating
those.
things in. This isn't perfect, but you get the idea.
Yeah. That's really cool.
So while you transform that, I'm gonna read off some of our comments
Oh,
from
right
last
on.
week. Yeah, I didn't forget about you guys. I know you guys are watching.
And we appreciate it as always.
Yep. Again, thank you, Manny, for joining us behind the camera again. Let's see. All right. We're gonna start off with Knight of Ren 789. I believe he's making a comeback in the comment section.
Nice.
He said his favorite robot is Nemesis Prime for the aircraft/spacecraft. He wants to choose a Millennium Falcon, Starscream, and Death Star, which I think those are excellent choices,
Excellent
by the way.
choices.
Yeah.
For the top three aircraft, spaceships, yeah. The two bots that he would like to see get re-innovated or redesigned by a new toy line, I believe was the topic. This one blew my mind, actually, is Figure Arts IG-88. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Oh, I want
It
that.
just I don't know why that never occurred. So that's cool, man.
Wow, yeah.
Good choice on that. And he also said a prow, which yeah, that's a good one right there, man. Robot shows would be G1 Transformers and 1985 Star Wars Droids cartoon. And as far as the Bumblebee movie, he says meh, which I think we're all kind of there.
agree.
We're all kind of there, man.
There it is.
Wow.
Beautiful, dude. And that didn't take you very long at all.
No, it's actually fairly simple. It's a little bit tricky.
I want that.
And that's exactly what it looks like, right?
That's exactly what it looks like. Only I don't know how many feet it is.
I'm
but
sure it's just
huge.
as big as a
Several
Gundam.
feet.
Which
Probably.
I love how this is in scale, man.
I know.
Mine is those guys, but I mean, that's beautiful.
Probably because this actually I think these two are on scale.
And then, what about him?
Him,
No, the other dude.
The cheese grater.
Yeah.
this guy. So this is another weird thing that only Japanese understand. It's a robot that transforms into a lighter.
You gotta say it like Soyberg. Ribbit.
Robot. It's a robot that transforms into a lighter, which honestly it transforms into a big, like weird cube, like because it's like a 70s lighter.
Yeah.
Um,
Some kind of flicker.
This one is a little bit harder to transform because I need to take out some of the stuff
Mhm.
that's in there. But it's this body, without head, without arms, and that's.
I've seen the gold
Same.
ones.
That's awesome.
The silver one's special, right?
The silver one is a special one. They released two special ones. One silver, which is this one,
Is there a black
and
one?
a black one.
That's right. I've seen shopping in Mandarin, just typing in Choking.
Yeah.
I've seen these things, and I'm like, oh, what the heck is that?
And they also re-released the original Chogokins, not solo Chogokins ones, which are the original 70s one. And those ones, there are like I don't know, like 10 or 15 different versions, and all of them are lighters.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
And it's just weird and awesome, and I love that it exists.
Yeah, no, it's it's still pretty cool. I gotta admit, I've thought about picking it up because I'm like, dude, it's just a big giant gold brick. And it's a robot.
And that's it. This one of the reasons why I picked it up is that it's probably 90% diecast. So this thing is heavy.
You don't have to know the background of these toys to want it. You can just buy something for the simple fact that it looks great.
SOCs are works of art. I truly believe that. All of them are,
Definitely.
as unique as they are.
Brian Augusto says another great video. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Tiny Gonzalez, man. He says he wants a toy robot, which it counts. This one counts. He says he wants to see Jason X be remade.
Uber Jason.
He's half robot, man.
He is.
That could be really
Mech.
nice.
He's a
I would
mecha.
I would take a.
I would buy that.
That'd be a sweet figure, man. All right, guys, but that does it for the comments this week. All of them are great. I wish we would have gotten more, but I think that's partially on my fault. I didn't get to finish editing until Thursday, but we did get quite a few views. I know. This one I'll try to have it immediately up there.
Episode 6.
Episode 6,
Give it to
man.
the people.
Wow, wow, man. You can't believe we're already there.
I know.
I didn't know we'd take it that far.
I've almost been here for 6 months.
There you go, man.
That's crazy.
Great. Yeah, man. You and I have been a heck of a tag team in
Heck
here.
of a tag team. Trial and error, baby.
Sweet. All right, man. But yeah, that does it for the YouTube comments. Let's move on to some more of your sweet robots, man.
Just got the Diaclone.
Got
left.
the Diaclone.
Yeah.
Saved the best one for last, didn't
Yeah.
you?
This is my favorite thing right now, and this is the one that it's like giving me all the good feels.
Can you give us a good background and summary of Diaclones?
Transformers before Transformers, right?
Well, I need more than that, man.
Diaclones was a line in Japan in the early 80s, and basically what they were is that they invented this whole storyline about humans and aliens, which were called Waruders, something like that. And basically, to defend against the invaders, the humans created these giant robots that all of them were piloted. Then that sort of evolved into, since they needed to have giant robots, but they also wanted to sell more toys. They introduced something called car robots, which were same thing, but where they were actual cars, even licensed cars, but that they could feed this Diaclone drivers, which were this big, something like that. And that's why you will see a lot of things, because that line eventually, in combination with a couple other lines, became Transformers when Takara sort of sought out Hasbro, or Hasbro sought out Takara. There's a couple of different story versions there.
Which legend do you believe?
Which one do you believe?
Just like the Wondar figure.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
one knows what the
no
hell
one
is
knows.
what.
But Takara basically converted the car robots into some of the Transformers. So it became every vehicle that was on Transformers was at some point a Diaclone, at least on the first two waves of Transformers. Everything that was an actual object, human object, like Soundwave or Megatron, those were actually adapted from Microman.
That's why the scaling is so weird.
That's why the
in
scaling is so
Transformers.
weird.
Yeah.
But Diaclone itself, when Hasbro wanted to adapt it, they didn't see all of the other sci-fi stuff so clearly, and they saw it disconnected and disjointed from what eventually would become Transformers, because they wanted to do sentient robots instead of piloted robots.
Yeah.
So they ended up not picking up any of the human-driven versions. And you can see remnants of things. The most notable is Ratchet and Ironhide, because the reason why they're so crappy and they don't have a head, because the head was the seat, it's because that was essentially originally a piloted mecha. So that little seat where the sticker head on Ironhide and Ratchet were, that was actually where the Diaclone driver would sit and just pilot the mecha. Which, once you listen to that and know that,
It's way cooler.
then it's way cooler.
Yeah.
So Takara this year, or I think they started last year, they decided to revive the Diaclone brand and just have it featured as the original piloted mecha things. And this was their
Beautiful.
first one.
Mm-hmm.
That it's called Dia Battles V2, because the V1 is the V1 actually, you might actually know it because there was a very famous KO version of it that was called King Dam, and that was the more common one, especially the US. But it's
have
the
it here.
same one. Yeah, you guys have it here.
DallasVintageToys.com.
Nice.
And I
Nice.
highly recommended that toy, the Kingdom one. It's amazing. I highly recommend it. Get it
Yeah,
while you can.
because I might.
I would if it not for I already have it.
Yeah.
How many releases have they made so far on this new revamped one?
So they did.
Because there was a special,
Unlimited
there's a special color, right?
They did
Yeah.
3 different versions of this. They did this one, which is the regular version, the V2 they're calling it, because the V1 is the one from the 80s.
Very, very reminiscent of Optimus Prime, by the way.
Yeah.
The colors, yes.
Yes.
They did one that is exactly the same, but it was in a gray, like all gray version, which they're
The
calling the
moon.
moon-based
Yeah.
version.
I love that.
I think I've seen that one on BBTS.
That one is
gray and it's some
all
orange,
gray.
right?
Yeah, gray and a little bit of orange details,
Yeah.
and like light blue.
Yeah.
And then they release a Cosmo version, which has a little bit of difference. So this whole background, so this splits up into 3 different ships, and one of them, like the 2 remnants of those ships, this is one of the cockpits for the backpack. This and the backpack are different on the Cosmo version. There's like big guns, and this is a little bit. This actually has a tandem seat and things like that. Everything else is the same, like the two other mechas, which is the feet that turn into like a tank, and the chest head, which is the best thing of this toy, which is this. It's so retro.
I love that.
Is that battery operated?
No,
Just by a motor,
it's
right?
entirely mechanical.
How
Yeah.
classic.
And it's
How
amazing,
classic.
and it's the first time that you do this, it just takes you back, and
To the
it's
80s,
like,
like
yeah, yeah, no, it's the best thing about this toy, and yeah, this line is, it's great right now. And once they did this big mechas, they started doing the smaller ones,
Which is cool.
which
So
in
cool.
its own, this as a toy, like they're amazing.
How's it a pilot? It's amazing.
everything. It is a power suit, so
so
you can
cool,
open
man.
it up, and it has a pilot, and all of them
Hey.
have pilots in them.
Pre-Exo Squad.
Yeah.
And like we said
Same
earlier,
thing, yeah.
these pilots are more articulated than any McFarlane toy.
Hey, hey, hey.
It has, like, just to give you an idea of it, it has an ab crunch, knee, a hip,
That's so cool.
shoulders, and elbows.
Yeah, dude.
It's not even
It's
2
just
inches.
amazing.
Like,
It's
teeny, teeny.
and it's painted.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful thing.
It has more paint than a Titan's
Oh
Return.
man, I love it. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's where they got the whole like Zoid pilot thing
Yeah.
from too. You know?
Probably.
That's so cool.
This is one of the first like actual toys that had pilots in it that were that you can play with them.
and all it
and-
takes is one line to inspire a whole like tree. You know,
Dude,
like
it truly did though in the 80s.
And the cool thing is that
Icons.
they also have magnets on their feet. So
Yeah.
so there's several points, and and each of the big mechas actually come with these stickers, which is this yellow and black stickers, which are actually metallic, and you can pretty much
wow. Okay.
pose them in there, and they will stay reasonably well.
That's still cool, man.
so cool.
So it gives you a lot of play value.
The only thing that's remotely close to that at this point is the Mazingers, like where you put the pilot, like what
The
was
pile
it?
there.
What was that black and red one that you had the guy on the bike and you could put him standing on top of the bike? I forget his name.
Oh yeah, it was Energizer.
yeah, in Jersey, and you had him like standing on. That's the only
Yeah.
thing I can think of like that.
Yeah,
That's
he's sitting
got-
on
yeah.
his motorcycle.
You
And
know,
the
he's-
back is a
He'll be
ramp.
standing on it with his arms crossed.
In the
So-
anime, he drives up it.
Yeah,
It's so
he's got the
cool. It's so
ramp
cool,
on his
yeah.
back.
And
That's
it's funny
the
that
only
you should
one
say,
that.
you should say that because this one actually comes with a bike that's
What?
hidden on it. And
Mind blowing.
this bike is one of the best things in the toy because the figures actually ride the bike or can be placed on the bike.
Like in Tron style.
Even better than most big toys with bikes.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
it fits incredibly well.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful thing. This thing is one of the most playable collectible toys that I've seen.
Dude, that is definitely a toy
in
that you
ages.
keep open and you just keep messing with. Like, you mess with it like every night before you go to bed, you know?
And they also released, like, for this guy, they released 4 different versions of them. They differ. Like it's exactly the same. It's just the molding is a little bit different. So this like front cover of it will be a little bit different.
But it's still
the colors will
the
be a
rest
little
of it'll
bit
still
different.
cost efficient.
Yeah, and some of the weapons are a little bit different. They also release multiple packs of the drivers, the Diaclone drivers.
Where are they available? Because I am
BBTS.
interested. Where?
BBT.
I am interested in
BBTS
purchase.
has
Can I
them.
still get the little one? I want to buy those
Yeah.
two first, and then I'll go for that.
So the little
I
ones,
wanna get that
the little
guaranteed.
ones you can get, and they actually BBTS carries some of the exclusives which you can't get in most Japanese stores.
Bummer.
And the exclusives actually have our marine color version, so it's there's 2 different packs for the 4 different versions.
They're great.
And it's going to be one of each, but in marine colors. They also carry the packs for the little drivers. They are going to be releasing. They're already out in pre-order, but they're also releasing like other vehicles that could attach to this little mecha. So there's a little helicopter bike that actually becomes a helicopter pack for this big mecha.
Nice.
They're also releasing that, and they're releasing a little tank that also becomes like treads for the feet of this guy. And so everything is, and this guy, you can also fold this guy in a way that it becomes the central part of the big mecha.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of play value in it. They're releasing.
It just keeps adding on to it, man.
They're also pre-ordering a new big mecha, which is gonna be probably almost twice as high as this one.
Tell me, you can put him onto that too?
You can put certain parts of it on. You can combine them in
Dude,
different
it's like
way
DLC,
versions.
but in toys. You find toy DLC.
Incredibly playable. It's so fun to mess around with, and they're just releasing it in ways that you can entry points that are affordable. They're also releasing a pack that has 2 motorcycles and four of the little drivers.
Okay.
So you can get that, and it's if you only have that,
Yeah.
that's enough. That's still a fun little toy to play
Yeah, I'm
with.
sure it's not gonna be
Same
that.
with this thing. Like you can have only this, and it's still a full toy, and it's still fun to mess around with. It still has, like this thing has a little bit of play, so it becomes a different type of like mecha robot.
Are those smaller ones pretty pricey though, or are they
40.
decent? Oh.
These are around 35, 36. If you get the 2-pack, the 2-pack is like $80
Okay.
or 75 or
That's
something like that.
that's a hit, man.
That mecha goes for 160.
That's still a hit, man. They look great, but yeah, you got to be able to
Yeah.
chew the money out.
They just re-released this one. What the only difference is that all of the silvery bits on it are chromed. They just re-released it for the same price as the old one, so you're not getting a premium. You're not paying a premium, but it's chromed instead of silver.
Sweet, man.
Yeah.
Dude, so you're the dude that, like, you know how like Pawn Stars and Comic Book Man has the guy they call the expert. That's gonna be you, dude.
Yeah.
That, or I'd be like, I gotta call a guy, and we call you to come on board.
We should
Happy
put on
to
the
do it.
Santiago light outside.
Right.
He sees it. He's like, I've got to go to the toy store.
All right, guys. Well, I think we're about ready to wrap it up. Dude, thank you
Thank
for
you so much.
coming to do that. It's
Sounds
amazing.
fun.
It's nice to have some knowledge on these things. Anything else you want to touch on before we wrap it up, man?
This has been so much fun.
It's been
man.
entertaining. Like,
Yeah.
it's like watching the episode before, like, before us, you know. So that's awesome, man. Hopefully we'll get you in more often, dude.
Yeah,
I'd
no,
love to have you in every episode, man.
I'd love to. It's been so much fun.
Yeah, dude.
I love talking
Dude,
toys.
toys
So
are
do
fun,
we.
yeah.
We do this when you guys aren't watching anyway.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
we do this off camera all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we're like kindergarten, just listening to the teacher talk.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Well, cool, man. Yeah, let's get ready to wrap it up. DallasVintageToys.com. We're here Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Sundays, 11 to 6. 12052. Forest Gate Drive, Dallas, Texas, 75243. That's our address. Physical location, and then again, DallasVintageToys.com. Anytime online. We have just about, I think it fluctuates. Sometimes we have 7,900 items, sometimes we have 8,000. But we have a lot of things online.
It's really cool.
Hope you guys are enjoying your Labor Day weekend, right? It's at the holiday.
It is, yeah.
Bags are closed. Gas is all out in Dallas, apparently.
It is, and I'm almost out of gas, and I have to drive 40 minutes home. That'll be fun.
But yeah, hope you guys are staying safe and enjoying yourselves and buying toys. thank you guys for watching.
Thank
And
you
please,
guys.
please comment. Not even asking you guys to share the video, just comment. Interact with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to read your comments on air.
And get psyched for episode 7.
All right. Thank you, Cobra Trooper. Thank you, Santiago. Thank you, Manny. Thank you,
you, guys.
guys.